Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Monica Formosa and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the Wide Bay area of Queensland, Australia. Today I am doing a video that is part of our celebration mini catalogue fun day over on the World Card Making group on Facebook. If you're watching this video and you think you would like to be part of our little group, by all means you can head over there and ask to join up. So first of all, I want to thank Vicky for organizing this for us. She's an amazing lady, and we like to promote our products as much as possible, and we all thought that this would be a great way to do it. Unfortunately, here in Australia, there's a lot of our celebration items are unavailable, but don't let that stop you from creating and looking at the brochure. We're hoping that by the end of January we will have a lot more items in our store for everyone, and until then we are creating with what we have, right? And that's the fun of creating, making do with what we've got rather than adding to our stash and not using it just because we can. Okay, so for today's video, I will be using the Simply Marbleous 6x6 Designer Series paper, and it comes free with a $90 order. Now that $90 order is before your shipping and handling. But yes, this is a very versatile kind of paper. You can use it for many things. It has two sides to the paper. There's this kind of marble design on one side. So there's 6 colors. And then on the other side, oh, let me take that away. And then on this side, we have like a satin silk kind of design. Could almost be water, but yes, absolutely gorgeous. So we'll be using that out of the celebration catalogue. And I also will be using the Boughs and Blossoms bundle. This is a great set, again, very versatile. A little hello, which could, I hope I've got you in shot here, camera, yes. I have, this could be used for anything. Little hello, just to put a card in the mail, just to let people know that you're thinking of them. A thank you, and it's been too long sentiment. It comes with a coordinating punch. Now, this was on my wish list from the get-go. I'm so glad that it was available to us here in the South Pacific. This is an amazing leaf punch, and it's been needed as far as I'm concerned, much needed. Okay, so that's what we'll be using: Boughs and Blossom stamp set and the coordinating punch. Now with celebration, if you were, oh no, I'll show you my cards that we'll be making. So these are the cards that I have pre-made, and for these I have used cardstock, and I've stamped on the cardstock, and then I've cut them and then added sentiment on the top. I've added a little bit of embellishment with with the very vanilla lace and the linen twine, and under here there is a punched out leaf from the Boughs and Branch, the Bough Punch. The sentiment was stamped in what is it, early espresso, and then I've die cut that with the tailor-made tags. Now if you were to buy the tailor-made tags together with this bundle, that will get you your $90 redeemable celebration item, and you can then grab these lovely papers for free. And that's how celebration works. So what I've gone and done, let me put all this away out of the road so we can start creating. So what I've gone and done is I have, to save time today, I have cut down 3 different colors of paper. You could easily stamp the whole 6x6, but because time is of a premium today, I've decided that I would cut down the papers, and then I'll have a little bit extra then to decorate the insides of my card. So we will start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start stamping on the DSP, and you can do that, guys. Don't be afraid to do that. So we're going to, and I'll start with my Blushing Bride. Now, because my Blushing Bride gets a little bit dirty sometimes, I'm just going to push this up using my stamp pad, and hopefully I'll get more pink than grey. And I will put a piece of paper underneath. Alright. And we're just going to randomly stamp this remembering to go off the edge. Whoops. I need to concentrate and look what I'm doing. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. We managed to catch up with the local family on Christmas Day here. Everyone came here and had lunch with us, those that were in town. And then we were lucky enough to be able to, I might just go in here. We were lucky enough to be able to go to Brisbane and catch up with family that couldn't make it on Christmas Day, and we had New Year with them, which was nice. It was really nice. And because I only have one of my children still at home with me, my other two girls, one lives interstate and the other one lives in Brisbane, which is 4.5 hours away. We don't get to see them very much. So that's the Blushing Bride. We'll put that to one side. Now I'm going to grab the Saffron. And again, I'm just going to push this ink up. And once again, we're going to stamp random this whole sheet. Twisting, make sure you twist. You don't want to create a pattern if you can help it. Ooh. Which is what I've gone and done there. Hopefully we can change that when we chop it up. This is a bit tricky because it's a larger stamp and it's you need to find those spaces. Let's go this way because I've stamped that way previously. Okay, there's our Saffron. Put that to the side. And we'll bring in our Balmy blue. Once again, I'm going to push my ink up to one end. This also helps if you've got a super juicy ink pad. It just helps with the ink coverage on your stamp. Because sometimes if it's too juicy, it will leave dots, kind of like bubbles that come out like dots when you're stamping. So this kind of helps with that as well. Turn your stamp as you're stamping so it's not the same orientation every time. probably pushed that ink up too far now, and it's not. Not inking up my stamp properly. Just put one little bit in here. There we go. Cool. So there we have the Balmy blue. And now what I'm going to do, I don't have my card bases here. Just bear with me for a moment, guys. I'll go and grab some basic white, my card bases. I thought I had everything organised, and of course I don't. Right, now my card bases here in Australia, our cardstock measures 21 across, which is roughly 8 1/4 by 28, is it 28.5 centimeters long, which is roughly 11 5/8. And I work in inches. I went to school and learnt centimeters, but I work in inches when I craft. And to make it easier for me, what I'll do is, first of all, I'm going to score here at 5 3/4. And then I'm going to turn, and I'm going to cut my cardstock at 4 1/8. And that's half my width. By not quite half my length. But I'm wanting to make it easier for me. So then I fold it, and I have this little bit here on the end hanging over the edge. So I'll just go back in to 5 3/4 and trim that off. Same again, I'll fold it, flip it over, line it up, and trim. Now, I trim on the long side because when you cut, it actually raises the edge. So I'd rather have that on the inside of my card. Now, because I'm making 3 cards, I'm going to do the same again. 5 3/4. I will score, turn it around, 4 1/8 for us here in the South Pacific and in Europe. Okay, fold. And then on the long side, trim. And I will, whoops, all fingers and thumbs. I will do the same, whoops. On the long side, go to 5 3/4 and trim. Okay. If you wanted to make it even easier, you could trim that down to 4 inches, but I'd rather not waste that little bit of cardstock. It may as well be on my card. I can live with that. Okay, so now what I've gone and done is the measurement across here is 1/2 inch less. So what I want to do is trim this so it's 1/2 inch less lengthwise. So I'm going to put all 3 together. Let me take that out the road. It's a little bit distracting. I'm going to put all of these together. Now the length of my card is 5 3/4. I want to go back 1/2 inch, which is 5 1/4, and I'm going to all 3 together. And my blade will do that because it's nice and sharp. And we're going to keep them, and we will probably use them for the inside of our card. Okay, so there we have the 3. So now what you need to decide is how you're going to cut these to create the design on the front. And you can go however you like, wherever you like, but you only need 2 cuts because you've got 3 pieces of paper. So make sure that they are nice and tight together. If you want to, I have clips handy. You could use paper clips. If you're a bit worried that they might move, we can clip them. Let me think, how am I going to do this? We might go, I'm actually not going to, I'll use 1 clip. We might do this. They're all together. Actually, I'm not going to use any clips. So on a jaunty angle, any kind of angle, but make it jaunty. What's that they say? There we go. There's our first one, right? That's for the top. How am I going to do this? Make sure again that they're all. Now you could cut across here, or you could like cut anywhere really. It's all about being creative and making up your own design. And I'll put them over here. Put my paper trimmer over here. So now we have 3 sheets of DSP, and then we are going to now make our cards. So this goes here like that. I hope everyone can see. All right, so 3 in 1. And now we've got to, I'll just move them up here, but keep them together. And we're going to put these onto our cards with a little bit of luck. So we come down, start at the top, and equal distance. I've got a little bit of glue there. I'll go grab. Oh, come on, move up a bit. That'll be fine. How easy is that? There's the first one. Okay, easy peasy. Start with the top. I will tell you a little tip though, and I see if I can explain this simply. With these two bottom ones, because it's been trimmed down the center, and you're leaving the tiniest little space in between the two sections of DSP. I've had to just come over past the edge of the Blushing Bride piece, just the tiniest little bit. Now, if you're worried about that and you're not happy about that, you can easily just trim that little bit off so that it's all the same. It doesn't really worry me. And but some of you might not like it like that. I've just put glue on my... Let me wipe that off, otherwise I'm going to get glue everywhere. All right, so what I might do, I'll line this up here, and this piece I will actually trim. You can trim either side, and it's only because you've split. This piece is one piece, so therefore it's going to be the correct width. Whereas because you've split the bottom half of these and you're making this gap, you will have a difference in the size. So how can we do this way? I think you need to shave off, let me get my trimmer into the middle here. You just need to shave off like literally a 1/16 of an inch, a millimeter in metric terms. All right, so literally this is all you're cutting off, because that's the difference of that gap. Where's my card? And I'll show you the difference when I stick it on. For those that are a little bit of a perfectionist, this is what you might need to do. Okay. All right. So there you go. I'll show you this now. This edge and this edge now match, are completely lined up with each other, whereas this edge, the bottom comes just past the top, and the same on this side. It just comes past. So entirely up to you what you'd like to do. Now, these little three little pieces, we can do the same thing again. We can line them all up together, so you're cutting them all together. This might be a bit tricky because they're a little bit tinier. Stay together, guys. And I'm just going to randomly chop. Any old how. Keep them together. And we will put them into the bottom of our card so it's not completely naked. Oof, gross. A glue burger. Oh, disgusting. Put that there. Oh. Let's hope I've got these. Oh, that's not straight. Oh. Come on. Straighten. Gosh, goodness me. There we go. Not exactly even Steven, but so there's the inside to go with the outside. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Kind of got my mat in the right place, but it can move around, so. Oh, there we go. Inside, outside. Don't waste that stamping. And whoever receives it will say, "Ooh, that's a great idea. Never thought of doing that." You don't, so, you know, it's... Got ink there, glue there again on my mat. There we go. Okay, now for my sentiments, what I've gone and done is I have made, I've made up two, but I will make up the third one so you can see how it goes. I have stamped a little hello. When I find my stamp in Early Espresso, because we've got a multicolored front, I wanted to go something that was neutral. Didn't want to do black because I thought it would be way too heavy. So Early Espresso is a great one for keeping things neutral and balancing it off a little bit. So, I don't need to stamp because I've already stamped it. All right, so I've stamped and then I've die cut that out with the smallest die, the one with the fancy edge. Die cut that out using the smallest die from the Tailor made dies. And to do my little bow, get my snips, I just roughly chopped off, and I folded it into 3. Now there is a right side and a wrong side to this lace. I think I've got it. So roughly, doesn't matter about the tails because you can chop them off, and it doesn't have to be, oh, I've got glue on my fingers and I just bounced that everywhere. Stay. Now I will get a little piece of the linen thread, and we can, I'm going to put that through the hole here. Stay. Just let me get all this out the road so I've got plenty of room. I'm going to lay this across here. I have glue everywhere and my fingers are all sticky and everything is sticking. I put the scallops to the left, and I'm going to now really carefully, hopefully keeping everything in place. If you want to, you might like to use a glue dot to hold it there, but it's just a matter of then tying it. And then do your bow on your linen thread. And it looks like you've done this fancy schmetzy bloomin' bow on top. Kind of looks a bit cute. You can adjust it kind of with a little bit of difficulty, but it's doable. And if you want to, you can trim that down if you don't kind of want your tails that long. There we go. Same with your linen thread. There. So now it's just a matter of putting these on the front, and your set of cards are finished. I have a few people that I missed sending out Christmas cards to, so these will be in the post to them. But not quite finished. I forgot about my, just trim that. Okay, in my little box of tricks on the side here, I've punched out 3 of these Boughs, leafy images, leafy die punch images from using the bow punch, and I'm going to, and they're done in vellum. I wanted something that wasn't going to be in your face, so vellum was a good option there as well. And grabbing my glue dots, one, 2, 3. I'm going to take them off and just slip this down in. It is a bit fiddly with the glue, but you can just so that there's a hint. Oh, is that something there? Oh, yes, look at that. How cute is that, they'll say. Number 3. There we go. It's there, but it's not, which is exactly what I want. It's not taking anything away from the design of your card. If you want, by all means, you can go in and add a few sparkles. What have I got in my little box of tricks over here? Not in that one so much. Let me have a look. There's new ones, pretty new ones somewhere. Like these are the iridescent basic rhinestones. These would probably look freaking awesome, I reckon, because they would pick up those colors, all those colors. So you know, add a few of those if you've got those in your kit, in your collection. But that's it. How easy. 3 cards, super easy. How long did that take? 3/4 of an hour, and you've got 3 cards. Admittedly, I had these done beforehand, but you know, in an hour you've got 3 cards. If you were to stamp a full 6x6 sheet, you could possibly end up with you know, quite a few more cards. You could, rather than cutting these into 3, you could stamp a 4th sheet and trim it down and have 4 cards. So it's, you know, it's a great little technique if you have quite a few cards that you need to make and get out into the mail. So would make great customer thank yous to promote the new mini catalogue, and also the celebration catalogue, because you're using the celebration papers. So I hope I have inspired you. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you've enjoyed all the other presentations that we've done for you today. If you I forget what I was going to say, but that's okay. I'm not sure where I am in the schedule of things, but we will catch up with you. There will be an album, I think, that these will go into for everyone to have a look at and to comment on. So thanks very much, and thank you for joining me. Bye for now.